John Hartson likes Killie pies, but he doesn't like Celtic players in Killie disguise. Welcome back to Fog Football, and Big John is blasted Celtic because they're coasting coast to coast through this title season, and it's turned into a bit of a disaster at Parkhead, hasn't it?
It has, and he's taken a play out of the Callum McGregor playbook, and he's basically blamed all the new players, saying that they are coasting and that they would not get a game for Kilmarnock. I don't know why John Hartson has picked on Kilmarnock here. There's certainly worse teams in the league. I mean, there's worse insults than saying you wouldn't get a game for Killie. I mean, you could turn around and tell someone they wouldn't get a game for Livy. That's really insulting them. Kilmarnock, though, are a good outfit. But I think John Hartson's point is, look, if you're playing for Celtic, then you should be able to walk in to any team in Scotland. And at the moment, a bunch of these new Celtic players wouldn't walk into a Kilmarnock team. In fact, Derek McInnes would tell them to keep on walking because he wouldn't have them at Rugby Park. So this is what John Hartson said after Celtic, for the third time this season, failed to beat Kilmarnock. John Hartson said the following about how some of the Celtic players would not get into a Derek McInnes side. Quote, "Yes, Kilmarnock are doing well, but you can't let them get free results against you and still expect to win the league. Some Celtic players wouldn't play for Kilmarnock. They're coasting, happy to be Celtic players, and wouldn't play for other teams in Scotland." Brendan Rodgers has been missing some first team players. Cameron Carter-Vickers is out. Rio Hatate is out. But some of the new players who have come in to replace them are showing that they're just not quite at the level. They should be ready to go in and give Brendan Rodgers a headache. End of quote. What I thought was pretty telling was not only did he throw the players under the bus like Callum McGregor did, but he pretty much did it with the exact same words, stating that the new players are just not quite at the Celtic level here. So, I mean, John Hartson, Callum McGregor, they seem to be on the same page, but I think those pages need to be ripped out because Callum McGregor has been just as shite recently as any other Celtic player. I think we need to stop blaming the new Celtic players and just blame everyone at Celtic. It's not good enough for Brendan Rodgers. John Hartson basically saying that the players, the new guys, need to perform better to give Brendan Rodgers a headache. Maybe Brendan Rodgers needs to manage the new players better. Maybe the current players at Celtic need to be playing better so the new players wouldn't even get into the team. We can blame the new players, but only Jota, Starfelt and Moy have left the clubs. Apart from that, you've still got the same players that were there last year, and nobody outside of Matt O'Reilly is playing anywhere at the level they were under Ange. So I think it's just too easy to blame the new players and blame the January and summer transfer window, when in reality, I think Celtic have more issues than that.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the new players that start, obviously there's quite a lot of them that don't even get anywhere near the team, like Bielk and Rocky, but you look at Bernardo, look at Luis Palma. Have they been worse than other people in their position? I think Paulo Bernardo, actually, in the last couple of months, has probably been one of Celtic's better midfielders since the end of December. I look at Palma. He was like one of the only shining lights about Celtic earlier this season.
Has he been worse than Maida or Abada?
Absolutely not. I just think everyone at Celtic's had a poor season. That's why I think you've got to blame Rodgers. I think this has just turned into the old against new.
Yeah, it's like nobody wants to take responsibility, so they're just going to blame all the new Celtic players, but that doesn't work.
It's not like Callum McGregor's putting in these 9 out of 10 performances
and the new guys are dragging him down.
No, he's shite. He's been shite. Like, honestly, they're making this up as they go along. Celtic, it's a collection.
It's a blame game. The blame game at Celtic Park.
No, that's what it is. I mean, whether it be scoreboard or a radio or in our comment section, there's not a definitive answer. There's not. I mean, I guess when teams go through crisis, they're not. I mean, Rangers had it earlier this season. Was it Beale? Was it the players? Hell, it was a mixture. But at Celtic, I think it's not a case of just, oh, well, it's the new players. No, because you look at Joe Hart, right? I actually think Joe Hart's shite, but I think recently he's saved them. You look at their back four that start in most games these days. Ralston, Taylor, Welsh, Scales. What's new about that? Guys that have been there years. No, literally years. Oh, yeah. Would they get a game for Killie? Well, maybe not.
No, probably.
I mean, Greg Taylor used to.
Greg Taylor used to. Back when he was good. Not so much anymore. Anyway, guys, John Hartson coming out, defending Callum McGregor, going with the same story Callum McGregor went with. Wouldn't be surprised if John Hartson's getting paid to run with this. We got to protect McGregor, King McGregor at all costs here. The guy that can do no wrong.
The greatest midfielder of all time.
That's the one.
That's the guy. That's the man.